racist country in the world. You can be whatever you want. Everything in the world is possible. And that's a very hopeful thing for everybody to see. A black guy being the president of the United States.
That is very true. I didn't reflect on it that way. Me and a couple of friends of mine, we were sort of guessing how long before the KKK were to try to assassinate. Me and a bunch of friends, we were like, how long do you think it's going to be before they shoot Obama? I'm ashamed to say so, but at the same time it's a bit of comedy, you know? But he's been sitting for 2 terms. He got re-elected.
And he's a really good president too.
He is.
Compare him to the fucking cunt Bush before him. To that fucking cunt. I don't know how this... Okay, the first time, and I'm going to refer you to a book that I've read. It's by this... Moore, you know Michael Moore?
Yeah, Michael Moore.
Yeah, he wrote the book. It's called... what is it called? Fuck, I forgot the... Stupid White People, I think. Or something like that. The book is called Stupid White People or something like that.
Oh, Dear White People? Is that the one?
Maybe that's the one.
Made a film of
and he explains. I don't recall the name. We can Google it later.
Yeah.
But in the book, he describes basically how Bush cheated on the first elections. That Al Gore actually won the elections.
That was something that was really strange as a foreigner. If you turned on Fox News, Bush was the winner. If you turned on CNN,
Al Gore.
Yeah. You know, this...
And CNN is a much more reliable than fucking Fox News. Fuck Fox News on the rednecks. I like the stupid bitches with the fake boobs that they have for house. These are nice, but, you know, once they open their mouth, oh my, it's a fucking hell. My God.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, I don't rely on CNN either. I don't rely on any of the mainstream single-handedly. I have this reading list where I try to catch, you know, the main events of the world.
You can share that with me later.
Yeah, but basically I go through the entire spectrum from left to right. I go from, you know, socialist...
That's fucking time consuming, man.
It is. I fucking hate that I keep these high standards, but it's just to try to get the objective picture of these big fucking events that are going on. You know, fucking mass shootings. You can't rely on a single fucking source. You will have to go in and see the entire fucking spectrum. You know, if you look at, take Norway as an example, Breivik, you know, that fucking cunt who blew up a bomb in Oslo Central, and then he went out to the
island, and shot the kids. I hope he's getting raped right now. I doubt it.
He's not getting
the
raped.
Norwegian prisons.
He is suing Norway because he's not allowed to play World of Warcraft in jail. When he was...
See, what about your fucking wusses, man? That's what I was saying. Stupid wusses rule this world, man, you know? And I don't know. And if you have seen Norwegian prisons, it's like a fucking hotel, man.
Right. I mean, that is my main...
Colorful, you know, glass instead of fucking cages.
Yeah.
PCs everywhere. You can play fucking backgammon and whatever.
You know what his big complaint was when he was sent to prison? They're only giving me a PlayStation 3. I wanted a PlayStation 4. That was his main complaint.
Dude, this guy's a psychopath. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, he's a fucking right-wing nut job. He's the very definition of a neo-Nazi.
I don't think he's right-wing either. He's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
he's completely. He's lost. He's lost it somewhere. And you know what the thing is? I think if this guy and every psychopath in this world, because there are different types of psychopaths, gun shooters, you know, school shooters are psychopaths as well. And people who, you know, mass murderers, serial killers, psychopaths as well. If those people have a little bit of love, some kind of friendship, some kind of, you know, relationship, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
it's a you know, these people deserve a hug.
Yeah,
a hug, an embrace, a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, especially before they do crazy.
Before they do stupid shit, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I make a point.
When you have a girlfriend, when you have friends, when you have something to live for, even something small, you're not gonna go and shoot people for fun.
Exactly, and that is.
And you're not gonna play World of Warcraft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I do my best. Whenever I see, you know, a lonely kid that would, in the general view, be considered weird, I make a point, you know, to say hi. How's your day going? You know, strike up a fucking conversation. Sometimes
they cannot respond that properly because they're so used to being alone. Human interaction has become something.
Yeah, but imagine if you were in that situation. You know, you're alone. You feel desperate. You need this fucking.
You know what the thing is? I cannot relate to that, and I will tell you why. Like I said, I grew up in a hostile environment in Greece. We had a a fight at school every single day, but nobody was getting bullied because it was mutual. When you grew up in Greece and you were a boy, you were expected to, you know, make fists and trade blows with a guy. You know, it's the social norm, and when that happens, you don't really feel that you're bullied. You go back home, you said, okay, I got in a fight today. What's for lunch? In Sweden, where it's much more prosperous, you get beat up at school, you feel bullied.
Yeah, not only that, it's more systematical from the people that do the beatings as well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like they're trying really hard to bully you.
Yeah.
Back home in Greece, it's not like that. People are trying to smack you in the face when you've done something, not because, you know, they have a, and you know, often you smack them in the face back. I got beat up a lot, but I gotta tell you what, I never felt, and I'm saying this because I know many people feel depressed about getting bullied. I never felt bullied because the first time I got beat up, I went back to my dad, and my dad said, you know what, next time somebody beats you up and you don't hit back, I'm gonna beat you. So I was more afraid of my dad than anybody else at school. So I started, you know, fighting back the guy, and it felt awesome. I got a few bruises and a few broken teeth, but I tell you, I never had this sense that somebody's bullying me. And if we really want to stop bullying, we have to grow kids that are tough, not fucking a bunch of wusses. And I know when you live in a prosperous society, it's gonna be easier to be a fucking wuss.
Yeah.
Than a fucking
do you know
hairy, yeah, what?
Do you
Tell
know
me.
who Bill Burr is? You know, the stand-up
The comedian? I love him. Oh my
He
god.
has a point about this, you know, how to get, you know, fucking guys that aren't complete fucking wusses, that guys that are fucking men.
There is no room for that in today's society.
Don't fucking hug them as much when they're kids.
That's bullshit.
You know, if you give them a hug, just smack them down every once in a while and say, get up, it doesn't fucking hurt. You know, because I grew up, my grandmother on my father's side, my first memory of her was that she taught me to pray Our Father, because I didn't know it. And she was putting me to bed when I was out visiting her, and she was like, now let's pray Our Father. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, your dad hasn't taught you to pray Our Father? Oh, the shame! So I was
Fucking infidel, yeah?
Yeah, so I wasn't allowed to go to bed before I knew it by heart. And then she started, you know, treat everyone as you want to be treated. You know, the golden fucking rule. So I've grown up to become quite the pacifist, because I want people to treat me with respect.
I see.
But
that's a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
It's what I was saying before.
Yeah,
you come from a very respectful, very, you know, a peaceful society.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, the thing is, Norway, they were occupied by Nazi Germany during the war. One of my relatives was executed in one of the internment camps that the Germans set up in Norway, because he was carrying food to the Russian partisans that came there to spy on, you know, the warships and relay that back to Moscow.
Yeah.
He was carrying food to them. One person ratted him out. He was brought into the main city in that area. He was put in a fucking concentration camp, and he was executed. So Norway has, you know, experienced fucking proper oppression. Sweden, on the other hand, they haven't been in a war in over 200 years. And fucking look at Sweden. Sweden is a bunch of fucking cunts right now. They have a fucking feministic foreign policies. You know, they want to implement a feministic military
My God,
defense.
that's a huge topic of discussion for another day.
Yeah.
Because like I told you, I haven't had my pills this morning, you know. I don't want to have a heart attack.
But basically, Putin is sitting there, you know, like, please, do feministic self-defense military. It's good. I guarantee.
I cannot imagine a Russian saying that.
No, but that is probably his thoughts, you know. He's sending, you know, airplanes to check the readiness level of every country in the Baltics right now. Putin. Russia is sending, you know, practicing bomb raids without weapons, but they are sending, you know, bombers hitting Gotland and hitting Stockholm, you know, as if they're on the way to bomb it. They have these fucking huge...
Do you think Sweden is going to be forced to join the NATO? Okay, eventually, yeah, right?
Yeah, thing is, most of the elected parties are starting to see that we need to go back to the militaristic style that we had. We had conscription in Sweden. We had what was called the total defense.
What was that?
Every able-bodied man had to do at least 1 year of military service.
It's still implemented in Greece right now.
Yeah.
I have to serve the military by law for a year.
They removed that. I was excused. I was in the last hurdle before they removed the fucking conscription. But I have a bad knee and I have loads of allergies. Plus I was depressed at the time. So my mother, she fucking framed this. She framed from the Swedish Defense Forces, Frederick is never allowed to do military service in Sweden, and this cannot be appealed even in the Supreme Court of Sweden. So I'm completely excused from Swedish military service. Which is bad. I mean, I could have gained a lot from doing that, but I was a bit of a cunt. I was like, I don't want to do fucking military. I hate authorities, and I don't want to hold a fucking gun. No,
you know what the thing is? Excuse my interruption, but I have to say this because we're on topic right now. In Greece, you could get away from the military by saying you're a communist.
For real?
Yes, and you know why? We had a civil war between the communists and the nationalists during the 1950s, when the Second World War stopped and the entire continent of Europe was at peace. The Greeks, being the fucking cunts that they are, start killing each other because the communists want to implement the communist state and the nationalists want to have, you know, a more right-wing state. So many people died during the 50s. The country was in poverty.
I read about this. You had different whistling signals to communicate as well, right?
Different whistling signals. They tried to develop a different dialect of speaking so that you can notice by speech who's a communist and who is not.
That is fucking
unbelievable.
Crazy. That is fucking crazy. Imagine being able to just fucking see that, you know, you
can see that, you know how? We have many dialects in Greece and we have many accents, and usually what happens in Greece is north was democratic, the south was communist, the west was, you know, somewhere in between. So by knowing by hearing the accent of the person and knowing the last name, you could tell approximately, you know, what he was. And you can still, you know,
that is fucking crazy. That is crazy.
And that's when, during the civil war in Greece, that's when the Greek people started leaving Greece, and most of them went to Sweden. Yeah. So a lot of the Greek people now in Greece are Greeks of
Swedish descent.
Well, they are Swedish Greeks, but their grandparents came during the civil war.
Yeah, but the Greeks in Sweden, they've done fucking great things for Sweden as well. Loads of them have started up, you know, like cafes, especially in southern Sweden. They have cafes, they have fucking restaurants that has a high quality and is not too fucking expensive. The thing about Sweden, especially fucking Stockholm, a cup of coffee you have to pay like $6 fucking in fucking Stockholm.
Even more if you go to the nice coffee shops in Gamla Stan.
Yeah.
Or in
Were you ever at that place by the German church, Chaikana?
I try to stay away from German things.
No, but it was
you know.
Yeah, but it was called, you know, the German Brink.
No, I'm just kidding, man.
And then you had Blackman Street. It was on the Blackman Street, Svartmannagatan. I remember I told this to an Italian guy that I met when I was in Falun. I tried to study up there at the university. I just fucking went ballistic because of the town. It was just too fucking small. And it was too fucking narrow-minded. And everyone, when they heard me speak, because I have a somewhat, neutral accent, which reminds people of the Stockholm accent.
Standard Swedish accent, yeah. Right?
I developed that for my theatrical career. And they were like, oh, you're from Stockholm. We don't want to fucking talk to you. We aren't going to take anything serious. I was like, I'm not from fucking Stockholm. I was born in northern Sweden, grew up in northern Norway, Gothenburg, back to northern Norway, then to southern Sweden. I lived in fucking Stockholm for a year.
I don't know what it is about. Every single country in this world hates the people from its capital.
I don't know why either.
I told you when we were driving here, fucking Athenians, fuck you.
Yeah, they are more high speed.
No, fuck them. That's what they are, you know?
Yeah.
A bunch of fucking cunts. Just like the people in Stockholm. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but the people in Stockholm, they're more international.
From my perspective, the people in Stockholm are wonderful. The rest of the periphery, fucking hillbillies, man. fucking potato farmers, man. You cannot understand a single...
I am from fucking Potato County.
Well, you're
in Sweden. My mother is from this fucking small ass town. I think we have about 35,000 in the entire fucking county. Or if it is the municipal territory. Yeah, the municipal territory is 35,000. And most of them live, in the peripheries. They have potato farms, they have fucking carrot farms, they have fucking cattle farms and shit like that. But the fucking government are just trying to get them away from society. Everyone claims to care about, the agricultural thing in Sweden. But they sort of go like, yeah, we're going to raise the gasoline taxes. We're going to make it harder for you guys to keep on producing because of the European fucking Union. I hate the EU. The EU is the worst thing that happened to